Welcome to this April 2012 progress report for the Guatemalan Foundation. I'm Cordell Anderson, the Foundation's volunteer director, who will take you on a quick tour of our altruistic work among the Mayans of Guatemala. The opening photographs are of our school in Patasilla in the Central Highlands, about an hour northwest of Guatemala City, where we have worked for many years. We're zeroing in here on Guatemala and Patasilla, a town between 10 and 20,000 people now, mostly of Cachiquel Indians. You see here our staff to begin the school year in January. A wonderful group of young people, a mixture of both Cachiquel Indians and of what in Guatemala they call Ladinos, who are the more Europeanized Guatemalans, but they all get along as brothers and sisters, which is one of the main characteristics of our school, that there is absolutely no discrimination on the basis of ethnicity or religion at the school. But here you see the parents to begin the school year in a meeting, all bowing their heads and thanking the Lord for all of us from the United States who have made possible this school now in its 30th year since we started operating it. But they were told by Humberto, our director, that they all had to do their best in supporting the school, as about $5,000 is needed than what we have committed for the support of this school, and they're doing a real fine job in providing so far about 25% of the expenses for the school. But the school year began with patriotic and civic activities. And of course we have all kinds of things going on. This here is actually a birthday for one of the children, but of great importance. We have recently invited special representatives of the National Police to come and give a series of orientations to our students, especially the older ones, to help them avoid getting associating with gangs, with delinquents, with drug traffickers, and all this kind of thing, which is all too common in Guatemala. And so this was a very, very important event. So the school year is going fine in the Patsisia school. 5 miles away in the Chuluk village is the Ariel and Ines Anderson Chuluk Village School that we built in 1987 in honor of my parents, who were the founders and main supporters of the foundation for the last 14 years of their life. But the school year began well. You can see here in the picture a water tank and a purification system that we installed during the off season. Years ago, we of course helped them dig a 55-meter deep well, and so they have a potable water system there, flush toilets, and we helped them rebuild the kitchen that time too. But this year we added a battery of faucets so that the children can wash their dishes and wash their hands after they have their school refacción, as they call it down there, a nutritious supplement that we help provide every day for them. And so the children are able to, after having their supplements, are able to wash their dishes and wash their hands. And so I think this was a very important thing that we accomplished. Also, as you see here, at the inauguration of the school in 1987, most of my family were there, and there were some marble plaques created by the people of the area to give thanks to those that provided or that made the school possible. But these marble plaques, we had to move them because we cemented in the whole patio so the children have a healthy place to play, and so we had to install these marble plaques off to the side. So that was also accomplished. One giving credit to all the people of the area that helped, and the other one giving credit to my parents. Here we see the new kindergarten class teacher. young girl, and then we see the second teacher, who is her wage is paid by the foundation, and then there is a third teacher. So there are three teachers here now. So a lot of progress has been made. We also provided their school supplies, as we did in all of the areas where we're working to begin the school year. Now we'll rush across the country. It's a 5-hour trip in a car to the northeast, to the Alta Verapaz area, which is the other area of our activity and where, of course, I lived for many years. But it's a very rugged mountainous area. And we, for the first month or two, our big project, of course, was to visit all of the 31 village schools and provide 6,000 students with school supplies. And so here you see just a sprinkling of these, just to represent all the 6,000 students that we helped with school supplies. Federico, our representative there, as he was traveling around, of course, he always is finding people that have need. Here we found a couple little boys not in school, working, and of course, so he started working on them. He found out where they lived to help them get into school. And then he found this little boy who was a cripple, and we were able to provide him with a wheelchair. Of course, all of you will probably remember that towards the end of February and on into March, we began a project in honor of my daughter Julie, who passed on the 22nd of February. She was a very important person. We called her the first volunteer. Just as a young girl, she became the first teacher in Paradise Valley among this whole community of Indians. She had 6 little children that she started teaching. Those seeds that she planted have blossomed into a whole community and a whole school that has around 480 students now, including a junior high school, which is an amazing event for rural Guatemala. In fact, I've never heard of it happening before. But the school is exploding with children, and so we decided that in Julie's honor, we would build a new classroom, which is needed. And so here you see Federico picking up cement and hauling to the construction site, and accumulating other building materials. And here the foundations are being built. The classroom is being built onto the end of the original building that we built in 1982, and it will fill in that spot between there and the kitchen, as you'll see in these pictures. Of course, they dug in hammered their way into the old construction, the old wall, and to be able to tie in with the construction steel of the other building. They do this for earthquake protection, and so you can see them working on getting everything tied together to have a safe building. And so here the wall is going up, and the back wall, and now of course I got calls yesterday that they need our help now to provide to the shop where they're building the windows. Now also what they call balcones, which are the bars that they put over windows to prevent people from getting in and stealing. Also steel doors, and so that we have to provide tomorrow, but the money that they need to get those things being built, and soon the roof will go up. Now here you can see the kitchen, which is in pretty bad shape, and Federico is working on making sure that we also rebuild the kitchen and modernize it, along with the construction of the classroom in Julie's honor. Well, so that's going fine. But the next time we get you a progress report, it'll probably have a report that this project is finished. So please keep helping us a little bit to all you can, so that we can get it all done and have it equipped properly with desks and the furniture they need. Here we see an older lady that a number of years ago we helped. Her name was Mercedes Cal. But this year, at 93, she passed on, and so we helped in with her funeral. Uh, and then there's Andres Mash, that some of you might recall. We helped him a number of years ago, also with the wheelchair, because he became, because of an accident, he became an invalid. And we also got him a sewing machine so that he would be able to support his family. But then he got took ill last year, and so he's in Guatemala City at a government hospital, Hospital San Juan de Dios, and we are providing his medicines in hopes that they will be able to finally get him healthy. We've also helped recently a couple of elderly couples like the one you see here, fixing up their homes. And then, sad to say, we've also had to help in a couple of other burials. And then here just this past week, the last week in April, the home of Lorenzo Gal from the La Isla village burned down, and he just lost everything. And so we have already started providing him with help that he needs. First, some tin roofing materials to just put over what's left of his house, so that they'll be able to be protected from the rain. And then of course we're going to have to help him rebuild his home. So that is another of the big emergency aid projects that we've got going right now. We also helped in the month of April sponsor the Indian Folklore Festival in Santa Cruz de Paz. You see the candidates here, and this is an event that we have helped with for many years. It's more than 20 years now. Helping them remember and keep alive the positive aspects of their culture. Last of all, I'd like to introduce to you a new trustee for the foundation. Some of you maybe have noticed, seen him in some of our history videos. It's Hal Paulson and his wife Neva. This is of course a picture of them when they were young, with 3 adopted children, 2 from Guatemala. But in 1976, when the big earthquake hit down there that killed 25,000 Guatemalans, they packed up and came down to help us. And Hal was an expert in construction, and he brought a welder, and he taught the kids how to weld, and he built an earthquake-proof home to show them how they could build a home that would withstand any earthquake. He left his vehicle and also this trailer you see here that was worked really hard for many years until it finally wore out. But Hal has continued to be a very generous supporter of the foundation over all these years, and there's probably nobody that knows me or knows our work better than him. And he has recently accepted becoming a trustee in the foundation. And so in the newsletters, which I've got to put together in the next couple of days, we'll have an up-to-date picture of Hal and a little biographical information about him. And so we just want to welcome him and his wife Neva and to the foundation officially, although they've been part of the foundation from the very beginning, and we're just tickled to death to have Hal as part of our board of trustees. And so that's about it for this month. You can, of course, we need your donations. This can be done very easily and very quickly by going to the foundation website, www.guatemalanfoundation.org, and then click on the How to Help button, and you'll be able to donate online. Or you can send your donations to the Guatemalan Foundation, Post Office Box 50, Springville, Utah, zip code 84663. So we hope to hear from you. Thanks a lot.